Hello, Mama. Do you feel that silence right now? That eerie, trembling silence after chaos has been handled, not stopped, not paused, handled. Because what you did, what you just pulled off, wasn't normal. It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was control. Surgical, calculated, beautiful control. They built an international coven, Mama. A network of whispers, secrets, shadows moving behind curtains you were never supposed to touch. They thought they were untouchable. They thought power meant numbers, connections, hidden rituals behind polished smiles. But they forgot something. They forgot you don't play by their rules. You don't knock on doors. You walk through walls. While they were chanting in circles, you were breaking them. While they were weaving illusions, you were cutting threads. You didn't just expose them. No, that would have been ordinary. You dismantled them so clean, so flawlessly, that the world didn't even see blood. They just saw legend. That's the difference, Mama. Anyone can destroy. Only a few can make destruction look like art. They're confused now. Oh, you should see their faces. Wide eyes, dry throats, hands shaking as they scroll, rewatch, replay, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. But it didn't go wrong. No, for them, it went exactly the way it was always going to go. Because the moment they underestimated you, they signed their own ending, and you didn't scream. You didn't announce your arrival. You didn't need validation or applause. You moved in silence. You studied. You waited. You smiled that quiet, dangerous smile. And then, boom, gone. Reputation shattered. Influence erased. Power redistributed. And the scariest part? You made it look effortless. Like it was just another Tuesday. Like dismantling an international coven was just a warm-up. That's why they're terrified, Mama. Not because you're loud, not because you're reckless. No. They're terrified because you're precise. Because you don't act out of emotion, you weaponize it. You don't react, you respond. And when you respond, it's already too late for them. You see, people like you don't chase power. Power finds you. It clings to you. It recognizes something ancient, something unteachable. That instinct, the one that whispers, wait, not yet, now. That timing, that patience, that ruthlessness wrapped in elegance, that's not learned, that's born. And now look at you, standing in the aftermath, not covered in chaos, but glowing in control. They expected a villain, they got a legend. They expected noise, they got silence, so loud, it shattered their reality. You didn't just win, Mama. You rewrote the game. And here's the part they'll never admit out loud. They're watching you now. Closely, carefully, every move you make, every breath you take. They're studying it like it's scripture. Because deep down, they know if you could dismantle something that big, that hidden, that protected, what else can you do? And that question will haunt them, not tonight, not tomorrow, forever. So stand there, Mama. Don't rush, don't explain, don't dilute what you've done to make others comfortable. Let them feel it. Let them sit in that uncomfortable truth that someone they underestimated, someone they thought they understood, was never in their league to begin with. You didn't just shut it down. You made it legendary. And legends, Mama, they don't fade, they echo. And now they study you, not casually, not out of curiosity. No, this is obsession. Cold, sleepless, relentless obsession. They replay every second, every move, every silence you left behind like breadcrumbs they're too blind to understand. They gather in dim rooms, whispering your name like it's a warning, like it's a curse. Like if they say it too loud, you might hear them, because now they know. You're not just someone who acts. You're someone who calculates every step you took. Intentional, every pause. Strategic, every moment you looked like you were doing nothing. You were actually setting everything into motion. And that's what breaks them, Mama. That's what truly shatters what little control they thought they had left. Because they can't predict you. And what they can't predict, they can't stop. They try to build profiles, patterns, explanations. They try to convince themselves there's a formula to you. Maybe it was luck, they whisper. Maybe it was timing, they hope. But deep down, they know the truth is much darker than that. It was design. You didn't stumble into victory. You engineered it, piece by piece, layer by layer. You let them feel safe while you quietly removed the ground beneath them. You let them believe they were watching you, when in reality, you were watching everything. And now they're trapped in your aftermath. Every move they make feels risky. Every word they say feels monitored. Every alliance they try to rebuild feels fragile. Because once someone like you exposes the cracks, those cracks never disappear. They spread, they deepen. They remind everyone that what once looked powerful was actually weak. And you didn't just expose weakness. You turned it into a spectacle, a masterpiece of quiet destruction. That's why your name doesn't just circulate. No, your name lingers. It sits in rooms long after conversations end. It hangs in the air like tension before a storm. It becomes the thing people think about when they hesitate, when they second guess, when they feel that subtle chill crawling up their spine. What if she sees this? What if she knows? What if this is exactly what she wants? That fear, that hesitation, that's your new language, Mama. You don't need to speak loudly anymore. Your presence speaks for you. And the most dangerous part, you're not even finished. See, they're hoping this was your peak, your grand finale, your one legendary moment. They're praying you'll slow down, fade out, become a story instead of a force. But you and I both know this was just your introduction, because people like you don't burn out. You evolve. Every victory sharpens you. Every move refines you. You're already 10 steps ahead, building something they won't even recognize until it's too late again. And that's the cycle they can't escape. You move, they panic. You pause, they overthink. You disappear, they unravel. And when you return, it's never the same game. So let them study, Mama. Let them analyze, overanalyze, exhaust themselves, trying to decode something that was never meant to be understood. Let them chase shadows while you become something far more dangerous than anything they've ever faced. Unpredictable, untouchable, unforgettable. Because at the end of all this, they won't just remember what you did. They'll remember how it felt to realize they never stood a chance. And that realization, that quiet, sinking, irreversible realization, is where your real power begins. Because fear fades, Mama, but certainty is permanent. And right now, deep in their bones, past their ego, past their denial, they are certain of one thing. You are not to be challenged again. Not because you screamed it, not because you demanded respect. No, you demonstrated it. In a way so clean, so undeniable, so disturbingly calm, that even their pride couldn't argue back. Now watch how they move. Carefully, hesitantly, like every step could trigger something they don't understand. Their confidence? It's fractured. Their unity? It's fragile. Because when you broke them, you didn't just break their system, You broke their trust in each other. They start questioning everything. Who slipped? Who missed the sign? Who underestimated her first? And just like that, they begin to turn inward, against themselves. Suspicion replaces loyalty, doubt replaces control. And all you have to do is stand back and let it happen. That's the elegance of what you've done, Mama. You didn't just defeat them. You turned them into their own downfall. And the beautiful part? They'll never fully recover. Oh, they'll try. They'll rebuild structures, form new alliances, speak bold words to convince themselves they're still strong. But beneath all of that, there will always be that hesitation, that ghost of what you did lingering in every decision. Because once illusion is broken, it can never feel real again. And you are now the one who broke it. So don't shrink now. Don't soften your presence to make the world more comfortable. Don't explain your methods to those who couldn't even comprehend your mindset. Let them sit with the mystery. Let them wrestle with the unknown. Because mystery is power. And you've become exactly that. Unclear, unreadable, unreachable. They can't predict your next move, so they fear every move. They can't understand your silence, so they overanalyze it. They can't control your narrative, so they become part of it. That's how legends expand, Mama. Not by noise, but by impact. And your impact, it didn't just echo, it embedded itself into their reality. Now every time someone even thinks about rising the way they once did, your story will surface. Not as a warning, no, as a reminder. A reminder that power without awareness is fragile. A reminder that arrogance blinds. A reminder that there's always someone watching, waiting, calculating, someone like you. And here's the truth they'll never say out loud. They wish they saw it coming. They wish they could go back, adjust, prepare, defend, but they can't. Because you didn't give them a moment to react. You gave them an ending to remember. So stand tall in that silence, Mama. Let the world feel the shift you created without you needing to announce it. Let them whisper your name in rooms you've never even stepped into. Let them feel your presence in places you've never touched. Because that's what you are now. Not just a person, not just the moment, but a force that redefined what was possible. And the next time they think about building something in the shadows, they won't just think about success. They'll think about you. And that thought, that quiet, intrusive thought of you, will never leave them. It will sit behind every plan they draft, every alliance they try to rebuild, every whisper they think is safe. Because no matter how deep they bury their fear, no matter how loudly they pretend they've moved on, there you are, uninvited, unshaken, unfinished. You see, Mama, what you created wasn't just an outcome. It was a presence, something that lingers long after the action is done, something that reshapes the way people think, move, and breathe in spaces they once controlled without question. Now even silence feels different to them. It's heavier, charged, like something is always watching, always waiting. And the truth, they're not wrong. Because even when you're not there, your pattern is, your signature, your method, your quiet, terrifying precision. It echoes in every corner they once claimed as theirs. They can rebuild walls, but they can't rebuild certainty. They can gather numbers, but they can't gather trust. They can speak loudly, but they can't silence that voice in the back of their mind that keeps asking, what if she's already ahead of us again? That question will rot them from the inside, slowly, patiently, exactly the way you planned, Because power isn't about constant movement. No, real power is knowing when to stop and let the aftermath do the work for you. And right now, the aftermath is louder than anything you could ever say, so you don't chase, you don't prove, you don't repeat yourself. You exist, and that alone is enough to shift the air around you. Look at how the world adjusts, Mama. Doors open differently now. Conversations pause when you enter, or even when your name is mentioned. People who once overlooked you now measure their words, their tone, their intentions, because they understand something they didn't before. You are not to be taken lightly, not again, not ever. And the most dangerous part of all this, you didn't lose yourself in the process. You didn't become reckless. You didn't become loud. You didn't become what they expected a force to look like. You remained composed, controlled, almost effortless. That's what separates you from the chaos you dismantled. They were driven by noise, by ego, by the need to feel powerful. But you don't need to feel it. You are it. And that quiet confidence, that unspoken dominance, it doesn't demand attention. It commands it. So from this point on, everything changes. Not because you say it will, but because it already has. The balance has shifted. The illusion has been exposed. The game they thought they mastered has been rewritten in a language only you fully understand. And they know it. They feel it every time they hesitate, every time they second guess, every time they remember. Because memory, when tied to fear and respect, becomes permanent. And you've etched yourself into theirs in a way that time won't erase. So let them move carefully now. Let them rebuild slowly. Let them convince themselves they've learned something. Because while they're busy recovering from what you did, they'll never notice what you've become. Something quieter than fear. Something deeper than power. Something that doesn't need recognition to exist, but changes everything simply by being there.